Sex is all around us, and our children are not sheltered from the seductive or the destructive. In fact, a recent HFLE study revealed that by third form, 60% of boys and 28% of girls had already had sex. However, for many of them, their first sexual encounter was forced.
The evidence is there in terms of our sexual habits, from our teenage pregnancy patterns and statistics. It is evident that the children are sexually active, and from very, very early. We're getting this evidence from way down, children all down in the primary school. Ages 8, 9, and 10, this is not unusual. Incest is also a reality, sad to say, of our environment, and the statistics then are also there to support it.
Because of their constant exposure to sex, children bring their many issues and questions to the classroom.
I remember one of the first questions I heard had to do with oral sex, and that was from a first former.
I find a lot of my students have experienced sexual abuse. And then there are other students who are not sure that what they have experienced is sexual abuse, so they'll be asking questions along those lines.
So across the Caribbean, ministries of education have sought to deal with the issue through the sex and sexuality component of the Health and Family Life Education program. However, for a variety of reasons, some teachers are not comfortable teaching this component of the program.
The majority of my teachers are not comfortable dealing with the issues in HFLE. They would rather not teach it. Most of them are not trained to teach health and family life education. They have been assigned health and family life education against their will. It's just really to buffer their timetable to make sure that they have enough lessons in the week.
I'm not even comfortable with some of the issues. You'll find that some of the issues, especially relate to some of the female students, especially teenage girls, I would pass it over to my deputy principal, who is a female.
Some of them don't feel comfortable either because of religious reasons. Some of them don't feel comfortable because they have to deal with certain issues such as homosexuality, lesbianism, domestic violence, child abuse. Female teachers tend to get offended. They feel like they've been led into an ambush. When they hear all these different jargon and slang coming out, then they feel a little bit taken back as to if they should continue teaching it or not.
For some of them, their childhood experiences may also contribute to this level of discomfort.
Sometimes teachers have personal issues that they would have locked away somewhere in the recesses of their minds. So we become adults, but as children would have gone through numerous experiences. Abuse in different ways, physical, emotional abuse, and sometimes these things come to impact on our lives later on.
So where do we go from here? The cry across the region is loud and clear. HFLE must be taken seriously. All teachers teaching the subject must be properly trained.
Bearing in mind it is a subject whereby we instill life skills and the necessary foundation and values that would assist them to cope with the everyday situation. It is something that demands training because we have to be careful in terms of how we administer that type of education to the students.
They should have a course going through Earlston University with HFLE where teachers can earn a diploma, a university degree, something that prepares them for when they come in to secondary school. And those teachers should be allowed to teach HFLE and not being switched around and changed all the time. So you get a different set of teachers and you get the same problems coming all the time if teachers not feeling comfortable teaching certain topics in HFLE such as sex and sexuality.
Teachers trained in colleges must also get their act together, as some teacher trainers don't even have background in HFLE.
I was asked to teach it by default. After teaching it for one semester, and as a matter of fact, from the time I started getting into health and family life, I realized that it's a very critical subject because it dealt with very serious life issues and life choices, and it's a subject that every student should be exposed to.
So many of our colleges are not caught up in the real world realities, either in health and family life education or maths or English. Let's use the real world realities to bring them to teachers who will then transfer them, that knowledge and the behavior and the attitudes to students that are before them.
Further, it is important that all children are exposed to HFLE from an early age.
All of that cannot change unless we move in and deal with this with the present student crop that we have, so they can become more balanced parents despite their issues, that it become a way of life for them, and as soon as possible. So that intervention really in these matters should take place from as young as age 4.
And finally, HFLE must be timetabled at all schools, and governments must show their commitment by allocating the necessary funds to support the implementation of HFLE.
I think it is really a need for health and family life to be put high on the agenda at the Ministry of Education and move beyond lip service to real action, real training, and having dedicated, assigned health and family life teachers within the school environment that can deliver and treat to those topics effectively.